Exciting update on Gremlins 3. 35 years later. After 35 years, the long wait for a new Gremlins movie might finally be coming to an end. But here's where it gets interesting. One of the original stars, Zach Galligan, has shared some exciting news about the much-anticipated third film. During a recent appearance at Comic-Con Manchester, Galligan revealed that the script for Gremlins 3 is complete, and Warner Brothers is eager to move forward with the project. The only hurdle left is getting the green light from Steven Spielberg, who was the executive producer for the first two films and the recent HBO series. After 35 years, they've come up with a script. Warner Brothers is incredibly interested in doing it. Apparently, it's waiting on Mr. Spielberg to read it and approve it, Galligan stated. The success of Beetlejuice 2 has also played a role in Warner Brothers' renewed interest. This sequel, which came out 40 years after the original, has been a box office hit, raking in over $452 million worldwide. This success story has given hope that a similar revival could work for Gremlins. The journey to Gremlins 3 has been a long one. Back in 2017, Chris Columbus discussed how the new film would tackle a question that has puzzled fans for years. Why hasn't Gizmo been eliminated yet? Then, in 2020, Columbus mentioned that if the film goes into production, it will avoid using CGI for the creatures, sticking to the original's practical effects. Galligan also expressed his hope in 2024 that the new movie won't be a reboot. For those unfamiliar with the original Gremlins, it debuted in 1984 as a horror comedy. The story follows Billy, who receives a cute creature called a mogwai from his father. Billy names it Gizmo and is given 3 crucial rules to follow. Keep it away from sunlight, don't let it get wet, and never feed it after midnight. When the last rule is broken, chaos ensues as the mogwai transform into mischievous gremlins that wreak havoc. The film was a hit, earning an 87% critic score and a 78% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and winning several Saturn Awards, including Best Horror Film. The sequel, Gremlins 2: The New Batch, came out in 1990, continuing the story with more rule-breaking and new mutations in a science lab setting. While it received a 71% critic score, audiences were less impressed, giving it a 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. In 2023, HBO Max released an animated series, Gremlins: The Secrets of Mogwai, which serves as a prequel to the original film. It explores how Sam Wing first met Gizmo and their journey from Shanghai to America. Unlike the films, this series is aimed at a younger audience. Both Gremlins and Gremlins 2: The New Batch are available for streaming on Prime Video. Stay tuned with Collider for the latest updates on this beloved franchise. What do you think about the potential for a Gremlins 3? Do you believe it can capture the magic of the original films, or is it better left in the past? Share your thoughts in the comments. Gremlins 3 script awaits Spielberg approval. Warner Bros. Shows interest. Get ready, Gremlins fans. The long-awaited third installment might finally be closer to reality than ever before. The script for Gremlins 3 is reportedly sitting on the desk of none other than Steven Spielberg, waiting for his green light. But here's where it gets controversial. While Warner Bros. Is said to be incredibly interested, the project still hinges on Spielberg's approval, leaving many wondering when or if this beloved franchise will return to the big screen. Zach Galligan, who starred in the original Gremlins, 1984, and its sequel, Gremlins 2: The New Batch, 1990, shared this exciting update during his appearance at Comic-Con Manchester last week. In a TikTok video, Galligan revealed that after 35 years of anticipation, a new script has finally been crafted. According to him, Warner Bros. Is eager to move forward, but the final go-ahead depends on Spielberg's review and endorsement. Interestingly, Galligan credits the renewed interest in Gremlins to the recent success of Beetlejuice 2, which seems to have encouraged Warner Brothers to invest in another chapter of the quirky, chaotic world that Joe Dante originally brought to life. However, details about the screenwriter behind this fresh script remain a mystery. Original Gremlins writer Christopher Columbus, who didn't return for the second film, has expressed that the essence of Gremlins is deeply personal to him, hinting that some of the ideas he originally had but never saw on screen might finally be explored. For those unfamiliar, the Gremlins story centers on a teenager named Billy, played by Galligan, who receives a peculiar creature called a mogwai as a gift from his father. This seemingly innocent pet from a Chinatown shop has a unique ability to multiply and transform into mischievous, sometimes downright dangerous, gremlins, creatures that go on to wreak havoc in Billy's quiet town. The blend of horror, humor, and holiday spirit has made the original films cult classics. Adding to the franchise's revival, Warner Brothers Animation and Spielberg's Amblin Television produced an animated prequel series that debuted on HBO Max in 2023, exploring the Gremlins universe further and drawing in a new generation of fans. Now the big question is, will Spielberg's stamp of approval finally bring Gremlins 3 to life? And if it does, how will it honor the legacy while appealing to today's audience? Some might argue that waiting decades dilutes the magic, while others believe the time is ripe for a nostalgic yet fresh take. What do you think? Are you excited for a new Gremlins adventure, or should some stories just remain classics? Share your thoughts below and join the debate. Gremlins 3 update. Steven Spielberg approval pending. Imagine a world where the mischievous creatures from the 80s are back to wreak havoc on our screens. Yes, we're talking about the long-awaited Gremlins 3. But here's the shocking part. After 35 years, the script is finally ready, and all it needs is the green light from the one and only Steven Spielberg. According to Zach Galligan, one of the original stars of the franchise, Warner Brothers is eager to move forward with the project, and it's now waiting for Spielberg's approval. As Galligan revealed at Comic-Con Manchester, after 35 years, they've come up with a script. Warner Brothers is incredibly interested in doing it. Apparently, it's waiting on Mr. Spielberg to read it and approve it. This news comes hot on the heels of Warner Brothers' announcement earlier this year that a new Gremlins movie was in the works, alongside a slew of other nostalgic projects, including a new Goonies movie. But what sparked this sudden interest in reviving classic IPs? Galligan credits the box office success of last year's Beetlejuice sequel, which saw Michael Keaton reprising his iconic role nearly 4 decades after the original film. With the legacy sequel's impressive performance, Warner Brothers is now looking to breathe new life into other beloved properties, including Gremlins 3 and The Goonies. As Warner Brothers Pictures co-chairman CEO Pam Abdi expressed, "We're super excited about Amblin developing with Chris Columbus new entries in the Gremlins and Goonies franchises. But here's where it gets interesting. Gremlins 3 has been in development for quite some time, with Galligan and Harry Potter director Chris Columbus being the most vocal advocates for the project. The new movie is intended to be a sequel, not a reboot, with Columbus previously stating that he had been aggressively working on a twisted and dark script with writer Carl Ellsworth. In 2020, Columbus also revealed that they would be using traditional puppets and animatronics instead of CGI to bring the Gremlins to life. Now, with the script in hand, the ball is in Spielberg's court. If he gives the project his seal of approval, filming could commence as early as next year, with a potential release date set for 2027. And this is the part most people miss. The fact that Spielberg's approval is not just a formality, but a crucial step in ensuring that the final product meets the high standards of the original films. So the question on everyone's mind is, will Spielberg give Gremlins 3 the green light, And if so, what can we expect from this long-awaited sequel? Will it live up to the expectations of fans who have been waiting for decades, or will it take the franchise in a completely new direction? We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Meanwhile, you can catch up on the original Gremlins and Gremlins: The New Batch, which are currently streaming on Amazon Prime. For more updates on the most exciting upcoming movies, be sure to check out our list of the most anticipated films in 2025 and beyond.